Good morning, everybody. Time for another day of, productivity and stuff. Apes together strong. Join me, my brothers. Because we writing today, and we getting a bit silly. I'm feeling something silly. After yesterday, I'm definitely feeling something silly. So, first, I'm gonna get these posts done and stuff, because that's something that is helpful to do. Letting people know that you're actually streaming. Like, it's why wouldn't you do that, right? Oh. So, I've realized, like, I felt it before, but I'm feeling it even more. Well, okay, I felt it before from like a positive sense, right? But like diet really does have an effect on how easy it is to do these streams. Like, just something as simple as like eating clean makes it so that I sleep better, and then when you're sleeping well, waking up at 4:30, it's not as bad, right? Whereas, like, I did a Costco trip the other day, get groceries and stuff, right? I was like, you know what? I haven't had any Costco muffins in a long ass time. Let's do it. Let's have some Costco muffins. And now just from that already, I've found it taking its toll on my sleep, and then like waking up and things like that. All right, okay, that's that. Okay, I think that's good. Hey, morning, bad weather. Morning. All right, now I am just gonna check some things on the Discord real quick, just to make sure that it's nothing like crazy. Ooh, that's cool art. That is very cool art. Wait. Oh no, that's a screen grab from FF. Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Let's do this. We scrapping what we were working on before. That didn't quite feel. Wasn't quite feeling it. Okay. All right. Ooh. There's a point this morning where I was actually like, wait a minute, will I actually be able to like wake up on time and like get out of bed? Is it a good day to be productive? We will see. We will see. Whenever I let myself do exceptions to like a set structure, that I have, whether it's like working out or, writing or things like that, I find myself then being like, even if it's like a for a good reason, right? Like yesterday, it's like, yes, definitely. Like just take the day, you know. I found myself then wanting to like extend it, you know. I'm still feeling a little bit of this other stuff from yesterday, but I'm wanting to replace it, you know. Also, hi Ockback, welcome. Okay, well, happy to have you for however long you're able to be here. Bad weather. Is the party yours, or are you just attending? All right. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, so silly. Hang on a sec, actually. So, all right. No, that's probably too high energy. So, okay, there are certain songs. Ooh, yeah. Ribs and brisket. That's, That sounds very tasty. But okay, so there are certain songs that I listen to help me write. And one of them is a, well, let's just say it's the big guns. It's the, what would be a good way to describe it? When all else fails, and I need something that is just like, dirty bomb is the phrase that comes to mind, but I feel like that doesn't work. But that communicates some of the vibe of like just how effective this song is for me for getting me into like a silly mood or like a focused mood, you know. I can actually listen to this song while writing something completely serious. But there we go. Oh man. So YouTube knows me. I wouldn't think that this would be the main one that it would recommend, and yet it knows. The algorithm knows. But okay. So, if any of you know Emily, or I think it's still, the channel's still Emily, but like she rebranded herself VTuber style, you know, it was Monarch, right? Her Lucky Star OP cover, that song, I haven't even watched Lucky Star, but holy shit, I still can't believe that she actually did this song. But yeah, if you this is the song. I'm gonna link it in chat. It is so extra and just chaotic. Like, yeah, so anytime I'm like, I need to cut through the sauce. I need to just get weird. Then yeah. Wait. Wait, Akback, why did you delete all of Badweather's messages? You're like, no, I am the only one that can be in here today. Only me. One gamer, you might be in danger. I think Akback is going yonder, eh? That was just from putting your phone in your pocket. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, it's official. Add it to the lore. You know, no, it wasn't. Yeah, phone in the pocket, that's just the excuse. It's actually that walkback is a psycho yandere. It's a psycho yandere mod. That's why they were that's why they were so fast to jump and be like, hey, I'm gonna be a mod. I'm gonna be a mod. They just wanted the power. I was in fact in chat lurking when that happened, One Gamer, and it was hilarious to see. Yes. Yeah, just Monica. Okay. All right. Now, I feel like Sailor Moon cover, or not Sailor Moon cover, Lucky Star cover, might not quite fit for today. I might need something a little different. Maybe the Domekano OP. The Domekano OP I have a much stronger positive association with. But we'll give it a shot. Wait, can you fix it? Is that a thing you can do? You can undelete messages? Well, since it was specifically from bad weather, hopefully you didn't, like, ban him or something. You know. Because if it was something from your butt, but it hit all of his messages. Just... Okay. Oh, that's scary. Yeah, exactly. Hey, welcome right there. That was alright. But actually, hang on. I want to just check something. Hey, nice weather. It's a good song. It's legitimately a very impressive cover. Although, now I'm curious. I'm just gonna check to see if... Oh, shit. Oh, wait, no, that's from Akano. Wait, hang on. Wait. Is the Domestic Girlfriend OP on Spotify? Is it on Spotify? It's in Japanese, so I can't read it, but oh shit. Ah, yes. So is that wait, okay, lore. Do we do we make like the timeout room on the Discord just be called like Ockback's butt or something? Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna test something out real quick. Holy shit, guys. My life just got so much better. Or, more interesting. Oh my god. Guys, chat. Yes, please do walk back. Unless, of course, bad weather's into that. Chat. The Domestic Girlfriend OP is in fact on Spotify. If you just search for Minami, you get her channel, but it's like, the two Japanese characters, right? Right. And then just most popular song right at the top of the 125 million views. Oh my god. Okay. So what's the Kawaki wo Ameku? That's right. Or Crying for Rain. Okay. So, well, okay. Domikana OP. That's simpler. All right. Oh my god. First crone, and now Domikano. Do you know what this means? I can listen to this shit in my car. Yeah. Oh boy. Like, it makes total sense, right? It makes total sense. But I think it was something where when I first looked into, like, when I, first saw Domestic Girlfriend, I immediately, of course, searched for this song on Spotify, right? And maybe it just wasn't there at that point. Maybe I just didn't search because I was so used to assuming that it just wouldn't be available. The point is, it's available. I mean, if Semblance of Sanity does anything ban-worthy, you get on that shit. No special treatment for them. All right. Okay. Now that very important thing is taken care of, let's get back to writing. Hey, welcome, Joseph. It has been a bit. Glad you could make it. I'm actually going to use the restroom real quick, and I'm actually going to restart this. I thought of a more fun way to kick it off. I'm going to see if I can make it work. Be right back. Ooh. Oh, that's right, we didn't even do the timer. I almost feel like a timer at this point might not be needed. I'm gonna try it with just no timer for the stream, see if that changes anything. Okay. So, here's what I was thinking. Well, we won't get rid of this just yet. Maybe? I don't know. I haven't actually used Word in a while. It's mostly just Google Docs for everything. Hmm? Oh yeah, I guess I am. What font am I using right now? It's just set to whatever the default is for Google Docs. Arial. No. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll go with that. Mm. Oh. Verdana. Let's. I'm curious then. I want to check that out. Verdana. Oh, yeah. No, I can totally see that. Yes. That does make a lot of sense. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's great. Super clean. Yee. Yeah, good. Thanks for passing that along, Riddler. That will definitely like up the quality of these streams for a lot of people. right there with you. Draconic. Artificer, it's just like, you could be cool. Why aren't you? It just feels so boring compared to like what I'm used to from like Pathfinder with like 3/4 casters, you know? Although that might just be because whenever I see a half caster, I want to compare it to the Paladin. And Paladin is like one of the strongest classes in 5e. Although, yeah, I do get that bad weather. That would be pretty awesome. If you're in a low magic campaign and you're an artificer, that'd be then pretty sweet. Yeah, exactly, Ockback. It's like, come on. Like, or at least make it something where, like, if you're going to restrict it to a table, couldn't you at least make it so that it's one, bigger tables, but two, it's not specifically a class feature? Like, why not just make it be something where it's they can turn money into magic items because they build them? Why does it have to be something where it's like a temporary thing where they can only build so many and it's like come on. Like, it just feels wrong when it's like, okay, what do you get as an artificer? Medium armor proficiency and shields. And a few magic items. What do you give up? Being a full caster. And yeah, like, it's just, why? Yeah, what would be cool is if instead of it being something where it's like, oh hey, like what if they had meta magic feats, like something like that, but for items? That would be really cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, because, well, in Pathfinder, it's just you take item creation feats and there you go. You just be a wizard that has item creation feats. But at the same time, there's a bunch of different types of ways to do that kind of stuff. You could be a wizard. You could be an arcanist. You could be a sorcerer. You could be, one of the divine classes. You could be an alchemist. Alchemists are fucking awesome. Like, every time I look at the Pathfinder alchemist and then I look at the 5e alchemist subclass for artificer, I die inside. I die inside. Oh yeah, it really is. And like, for those of you who haven't played Pathfinder, the way that Pathfinder made alchemists in Pathfinder work is they had a limitation on the spells that they could cast, in that they're potions essentially, right? So you can't like have a spell that affects multiple targets because it's just one potion. But they called them extracts, but they're basically potions. But the thing that's cool about them is that they could give spells that normally just affect yourself. They could put those into the extracts and then give them to other people. So if you want to have, a barbarian be able to cast shield, if you want all of this crazy stuff that happens because it's, restricted to just personal spells, right? Nope. Alchemists could just hand them out. And because they could also hand them out, they could make it so that, like, you wouldn't need to spend a bunch of turns prepping everybody. You just hand out the extracts and then everyone drinks it at the same time before a fight. It was really cool. Yeah, here, have a haste potion. And the thing is that that's not even busted, because in Pathfinder, haste is an AoE spell. So the wizard would cast it just once for the whole party, and there was no concentration the way there is in 5e, so you wouldn't have to worry about it breaking. But you could do things like give a True Strike potion that gives plus 20 to an attack, right? Just to somebody. There you go. Yeah, switching mid-play can be real janky. Like, it's because characters end up kind of being bound to the mechanics that they have, you know? Pathfinder mods. Oh, like third-party content? Oh, modifiers. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, they do get pretty crazy. My alchemist that I played, their main thing wasn't even... I mean, their main thing was buffing effectively, but their main thing was they were like a bomb build, right? But they were so good at buffing that they could literally just hand out extracts that were a combination of Iron Skin and Shield to the whole party. And so... And even better, they could have that be done as the effect of like a wizard contingency, so that the party could, and this was at higher levels, granted, but like the party could just be like, you know what? This is a dangerous fight. We're going to use our immediate actions to just get plus 10 to AC for the next 10 minutes or whatever. It was ridiculous. Hey, welcome, Shane. Yeah, Foundry is pretty great. It has a much higher learning curve for Roll20. Roll20 is very much like plug and play, but yeah, Foundry is much better. Basement, so concrete, not floorboards. Same bad weather. Not that I don't play games with crunchy mechanics, but, you know, if, like, I feel like with Pathfinder, it's a lot more of a thing of, like, hey, players, take care of your stuff, you know? DM doesn't want to have to figure it out for you because they have a whole lot of other stuff to think about. Oh, so you can just export stuff from Roll20 to other places? That's pretty great. gives me specific moments to stop writing and talk to chat. Oh. I'm gonna go get a sweater. It's a little chilly. It's a little chilly in here. Yep, I do indeed, Red Lair. I do. Yes. One sec. Wanted an underpowered monk, just use 5E's monk subclasses. Oh. Oh man. Yes, it definitely the power balance is a lot more skewed in Pathfinder than in 5e, and certainly has a lot more opportunity for optimization. Yeah. Right. Although, let's be real. You'd never have to ask in 5e if a 30 hits. Most of the time. Unless you're playing a Blade Singer, because Blade Singers are amazing. Blade Singer with 20 dex and int. Bracers of defense. And any kind of buff spell. Does a 32 hit? No. Okay, you need slightly more than that. You need like the haste spell, or like Shield of Faith, and then like Warding Bond or something. They shouldn't. However, it's one of those situations where it's based. There are certain classes that are like the more mad classes. Well, okay, any of the ones that can have their AC be at 2 combined stat mods are normally fine, but the thing is that if you end up playing with a high stat spread, right, because you either roll really good or your DM, like, you know, just wants to, you know, give people more fun stats to work with, that way they feel extra powerful and stuff, then they just end up being a bit too strong, because, you know, the barbarian with a shield has 22 AC because they have, you know, now granted, if they have +5 in Dex and Con, that means they're either a Dex barb or they have shitty strength, or somehow have 320s, which would be nuts. So I feel like the Blade Singer isn't fundamentally problematic, but it's, yeah. The Blade Singer I played wasn't a high stat spread game, but the DM knew how to work with it. So they had like they had 27 AC if they cast shield and used mage armor at like level 3, right? Theoretically level 2. But then once they hit level 4, that became 28 because they bumped their int to 20. But the thing was, they had a negative con mod. So they had just no hit points. So they weren't actually, they seemed a lot more busted than they actually were. Because if there was anything that was like saving throws for half damage or stuff like that, or something got like a nat 20, you know, they were just toast. Well, but the way it would often work is that catch them on saving throws instead of damage, exactly. And, you know, there comes that point where if you have a high enough AC and things realize they can't hit you, they're gonna attack the slower things that they can hit, right? Now, the thing is, I've DM'd for a player in like a Star Wars game, a Star Wars 5e game that was the Star Wars 5e equivalent of Blade Singer. And the problem was that they had stupid high AC and they had super high con. And that's where it got problematic, because then they wouldn't actually go down easily. Whereas with the Blade Singer that I played, because it was so, because it wasn't balanced in how I built their stats, it was either they're not getting hit because it's an attack roll, or unless it's a crit, in which case they're just toast, right? Or it's a save, in which case they're fucked because they have no hit points. Like, I think I've talked about this before, but it took until level 8 for their HP to catch up with their AC. Yeah, because they were getting just, 3 per level. And I think I ended up rolling for it because the DM let us like reroll ones or something, but and my party coined the term glass tank, where it's just like bulletproof glass, right? Invincible until you get scratched and then you shatter, right? And the character would go down plenty in fights, like plenty. It was actually kind of shocking, right? But at the same time, there was this feeling of like, so what you're saying is that you throw a black dragon at you? No. I mean, we did fight a dragon and it was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. But it's something where Blade Singers are able to fill the role very specifically of a tank,
but there's other things about them that are problematic. And I think the reason why it's not too much of a problem is because they only have a d6 hit die. Whereas barbarians, they have a d12 hit die. Oh, and they take half damage because they're raging, right? Which is just silly. And what ended up happening is that I would use almost all of my spell slots just to stay alive. So like casting shield, casting mage armor, casting false life, like upcast to the highest level I could to get like, you know, that extra 15 temp HP, which would like almost, or, you know, 20, which would like double my hit points, right? Things like that. And then it basically just became a tank with extra steps. But there was the flexibility that, you know, I could reduce essential, like, because since my spell slots were basically my hit points and my AC and all of that stuff, I could essentially spend my AC and hit points as a resource to try and do other things to influence the fight, doing the usual wizard stuff. And it made it really fun and really dynamic because, yes, theoretically I could just do defensive stuff so that I don't die, but the thing is I still could die because saving throws hurt me bad. And so it was something where it was a very strong build, and yet it was still fundamentally dependent on the party. Because if there weren't we had a Celestial Warlock in the group, right? Without his healing light bonus action, not technically a spell, you know, to like bring people back, I'd just be toast, right? And we would even do like one-on-one fights sometimes. And there would be certain members of the party that would absolutely trounce because they were very attack dependent. But then against others, I'd get destroyed because it's just like, oh, Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, a strength save, or 2d6 damage. 2d6 doesn't seem like much, but when you've got a negative con mod and a d6 hit die, it's a lot. It's a lot. But, yeah. Now what gets real fun is if you're a Blade Singer and someone casts Warding Bond on you. Then you feel pretty good. Because you're just... there you go. Mages are supposed to be squishy. Exactly. And that's why I love it, because you're playing off type, right? You're both squishy because you have no hit points, but at the same time, you boost your defenses so that hopefully you won't actually take damage. Negative con is like a rotten apple level of squishy. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like to live on the edge. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what made it so fun, because I've played the characters where you have a ton of HP and a ton of AC and good saves and all that stuff. And it can be kind of boring because there's never tension, right? You're never worried about dying. But when you can have 30 AC, but you only have, 32 hit points, and you're playing at level 10, that's scary, right? Like, it doesn't matter what's happening, right? Anything could take you out, right? Yes, 32 HP at level 10. I can pull up the character right now just to be sure. I might actually be wrong about that. It might be a little bit more. Let's see here. No, sorry. 32 HP at level 9. 36 HP at level 10. Yeah. Living close to the sun. Mm-hmm. And it was great. And it was really fun too, because no, you always get a minimum of 1 hit point upon level up, I believe. I think. You certainly can't lose hit points on leveling up. But yeah, so I'll just pull it up right now. So let's just do. Okay. Okay. All right. Actually, I'll do that, but then I'll zoom in a bit. So, okay. This is Reina Raindance. This is my favorite D&D character, or TTRPG character I've ever played. So, yeah, according to the rulebook, it's always a minimum of 1. Okay, cool. But the DM, because they liked the idea of things being swingy, right, and people having low stats, they gave us a bunch of stat arrays to choose from, and the most min-maxy was an 18, a 17, a 16, and then an 8, a 6, and a 5. And so naturally, I took that one, right? 8 in con, 6 in charisma, 5 in strength, and then 16 in wisdom, 17 in intelligence, 18 in dex, because this was before you could switch the racial mods. And then I did the OG Eladrin style for +2 to dex, +1 to int. So it was 20 and 18. At 4, I put into int to 20. And so this is what it was. And recently, I actually swapped out a cloak of protection that the artificer had, given me for bracers of defense, which actually was like a downgrade because 1 AC at this point versus 1 to saves is definitely better, but yeah, and it was awesome. And so this is the kind of shit I'd be dealing with, right? Where it's like, okay, this is what I have, this is what I can do. And then as far as spells, it would, oh wait, hang on. Yeah, one race added to the inventory. Sorry, encumbered. But so then you'd have your mage armor always up. You'd have your absorb elements ready. You'd have your shield, and then you'd have false life, right? And this would be your bread and butter, because if you can, like, let's say what's like at this level, you wouldn't actually want to use 5th level spells on it, but let's say you use a 4th level spell. It's 1d4 plus 19. That's 20 to 23 max HP. That's an extra, 2/3 of whatever my hit points is, right? That's the difference between life and death. That's the other crazy thing with this build. The threat of death by massive damage, where you go negative equal to your con or your max hit points, that is actually like a thing that I have to worry about. And it's so much fun. It is so much fun because any moment could be your last. And then you've got like the Steel Wind Strike and the Wall of Force and things like that, and banishment and whatnot, counterspell and spell magic, just all the stuff to sort of fuck about. And then you get Shadow Blade so that you can do that big damage, cast it with the 3rd level spell, get your 3d8. And yeah, it is a ton of fun. It is an absolute ton of fun. Yeah. Right. You encounter a beholder and suddenly you're a squishy meat sack because it can see you. Yeah. 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 It made for such fun times. Like, cause, with Blade Song and Shield, with just Blade Song, this goes up to 25 AC, right? Add Shield on there, it goes up to 30, right? The DM's like, a 29. Nope, sorry, that misses, right? But the moment that the DM's like, I need you to make a charisma saving throw or a constitution saving throw or, God forbid, a strength saving throw, it's just, oh no, healer, you got me right. And it was absolutely wonderful because the second big encounter that we did in this campaign, so the campaign started and it's like, all right, we're in a bar, we're drinking and all that stuff, and it's great fun. We meet each other, we RP and all that stuff. And then like people come in and attack the bar and then like kidnap people in there and get away, right? And so then we have to go and save them. And we do it, and it's great, right? Yeah, this is just the dodge build. Yep. But then we end up basically being told that there's like a gang like that is doing like really bad shit, right? And we have to go like, you know, investigate them, get information, things like that, right? One of the people in the party ends up just doing a dum-dum and talking about how we're trying to find the, you know, how we're trying to spy on this gang while we're in the gang's territory, right? And so they get alerted. And they basically bring us to this place because, you know, they meet us with like, you know, a ton of people, right? And bring us to this place that's this little room, right? Where one of like the captains in the gang, not the actual leader, but like second in command, right? Is in there, and he's basically offering us a deal. He's like, okay, pretend you saw nothing. Tell them what we want you to tell them, right? And we'll pay you, right? If you don't, well, I've got like, you know, 15 guys out there and you're dead, right? And it's like, okay, so, all right, we'll probably just, you know, we'll have to figure something else out, right? Because obviously this is the you can't win situation. And we're literally trapped in the room. There's a single door and there's 15 guys outside. But then the person says, except this one of the people in your party, they have to stay behind. Don't worry, we totally won't hurt them, but they have to stay behind. And it's like, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. And so I had my character pretend to basically leave, but then they stood in the doorway, did Blade Song, and then cast Blur on themselves. We were level 3 at the time. I had, at max with shield and everything, 22 AC, but I had 11 hit points. 11, right? What transpired was I felt like a god. I felt like an actual god because basically I was just a wall in the doorway that kept the party safe from the 15 people outside while they dealt with the boss, right? And occasionally one or two of them would like, you know, cast spells out through the door at the, you know, at the people out there, right? Do maternal IRL, basically. But there were some casters, so they'd be, you know, casting cantrips or whatever, and it's like, oh shit, even a sacred flame is like, oh fuck, I could just lose almost all of my health if I fail to save, right? You know, just there you go. But until that happened, disadvantage on attack rolls and 27 AC. They just couldn't hit me, right? Even the times that they got nat 20, it's like, nope, disadvantage, roll again, right? It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And it went from an impossible situation that we shouldn't have been able to do to a wipe where one of the 15 guys got away and then the boss ended up getting away because he had some, like, you know, super stuff to be able to move really fast or something, right? But it was absolutely beautiful. It was so awesome. And the thing is, I almost died. I literally stepped out from the door because we were playing with flanking rules, right? And then suddenly there was flanking because I wanted to like do something to make sure that they wouldn't get away because, you know, all of this, right? Yeah, he's beginning to believe. And then suddenly they had flanking, so it was straight rolls. Oh, nat 20. Because enough rolls, you'll get that. You'll get it eventually, right? Nat 20, instant down, right? Just dead, unconscious, right? And it was just like, there you go. It's beautiful, right? Like, you're in this situation where you have a very particular set of skills, right? That lets you do a certain thing very well. But outside of that, you're fucked, right? Like, and so then you're a powerful part of this party, but you do need the party. It's not a one-man show type deal, right? Like, there were a lot of things that the party would do to make it so that, you know, I didn't just die, right? Or if I did, they brought me back, or, you know, whatever. They would actually do the offensive stuff while I'm just sort of effectively sitting there as a wall. And it was absolutely so much fun. So much fun. Anyways, and I used to think that Blade Singers were kind of lame before this, but then I did this and I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. But yeah, 36 HP at level 10, and the thing is, it gets weaker as you get higher level, because having super high AC, okay, that's really good at lower levels. At later levels, though, things are doing a lot more damage. There's a lot more saving throws, and it's just like, like there were multiple times in the campaign, even at the later levels, where literally if I had just been in a different position, I would have died from massive damage, because there was just a saving throw thing that did like 40 damage, you know, and I had like 25 max health, but I was, you know, at half health, right? And it's just like, oh, if I had been in that position and I'd failed to save, I would have died, right? Like, just there you go. And it just made for a fundamentally different style of play that was an absolute blast. So, if you ever get the chance to play a Blade Singer in 5e, I highly recommend it. And one of the other things about it that's really cool, yeah, exactly, higher level monsters don't just hit you, yeah. But the other thing that's really cool is once you hit level 6, you get this extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action. Moreover, you can cast one of your cantrips in place of one of those attacks. Wait, oh no, I didn't take it. That's right, because I took this homebrew cantrip that's does crazy stuff. But what you do is then you take this spell. You give yourself resistance to physical damage in exchange for only making one weapon attack, right, on a turn. If you're hasted, that's still 2 weapon attacks, right? But you basically give up a cast of Booming Blade to have resistance to physical damage. Like, it's just so cool. And Blade Ward is like one of those cantrips that no one hardly ever uses because it's kind of pointless, right? But suddenly, it opens up a lot of options. All right, see you, bad weather. But yeah, it was great fun. And then also it made things like attacks of opportunity, for instance, very much like a choice that you'd have to make. Do you want that extra attack, or do you want +5 to AC for the round, right? If you take the attack of opportunity, then suddenly you're not untouchable. And then, you know, your super low hit points could like be the death of you. Anyways, yeah. Absolute great fun. Great fun. Yee. It absolutely should be a thing on Eldritch Knights. Yes, Shane. Eldritch Knight as an entire subclass should be reworked because it was in the base game and they didn't know how to make things fun. Right, extra attack or +5 AC, not both. And the thing that I was really excited for if it did get to higher levels, but the campaign personal stuff ended up happening in the DM's life, so, you know, it kind of stopped, right? But, was level 18, wizards get a first level spell and a second level spell that they can cast for free. So then you could have shield, just not even use the spell slot. It's just as much as you want. Reaction, boom, +5 AC, hit that 30. Yeah, it will be. Or wait, will it be this year or next year? Was it 2013 or 2014? Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2014, right? $2012? No way. I just looked it up. 5e release date. Basic rulebook and starter set was released on July 15th, 2014. So sharpshooter. It technically raw doesn't, Shane. And this is one of the weird things. So, before you make an attack with a ranged weapon that you're proficient with, thrown weapons are not actually ranged weapons. They are melee weapons with the thrown property. So, like, for instance, Critical Role Campaign 1, Vax could not actually do his dagger with sharpshooter. Raw, at least. Because raw, it's a dagger, it's not a ranged weapon. Personally, I wouldn't care. Like, just go for it, you know? But yes, Shadowblade is a fantastic option for a thrown weapon. But I will say, if you want to do sharpshooter stuff with Shadowblade, you don't want to do Eldritch Knight. You want to do Battlemaster, because Battlemaster, you can take the quick toss maneuver to make a bonus action attack with a thrown weapon. With Shadowblade, with the big damage dice, that can get crazy. And then on top of that, being able to have, well, just the usual action surge from fighter, but you get that with Eldritch Knight. But yeah, if you do that, it's a bit ridiculous. And then you also do like Elven Accuracy or some such if you have some way to get advantage on ranged attacks. Like if you do the Warlock Darkness Cheese or something. Although wait. Oh no, that's right. Shadowblade gives you advantage if the target's in dim light or darkness. Right, so it would even work on the thrown weapon attacks. Yeah. Oh, damn. That's actually really good. Oh. But yeah, so with that Bladesinger build, literally, if my character ever fails a save from a disintegrate spell, they're dead. Explain the Battlemaster bit again? Okay, so, well, hang on. It's, okay, so all right, game rules, fighter. Okay, Battlemaster, maneuvers, quick toss. As a bonus action, you can expend one superiority die and make a ranged attack with a weapon as the thrown property. You can draw the weapon as part of making this attack. If you hit, add the superiority die to the weapon's damage roll. So, you do 2 attacks, action surge, 2 more attacks, and then bonus action, another attack with a Shadowblade. There you go. They've added a lot more cool maneuvers to the subclass since its start. Like they also added what was it? Brace. This is another one I really like. When a creature you can see moves into the reach you have with the melee weapon you're wielding, you can use your reaction to expend one superiority die and make one attack against the creature using that weapon. If the attack hits, add the superiority die to the weapon's damage roll. Yeah. But while we're at it, you know, I guess this is just gonna be build talk with Obae. Oh yeah, wait, hang on. This is just it is a very silly build. Not because, like, the build is kind of silly, but the main thing is the character. They're a mouse swarm. I think I talked about this before, but they're they're just an army of mice. And then they're a divine soul sorcerer that does, their main thing is they do the extend spell on aid to turn it into a 16-hour duration, and the extend spell on Death Ward, 16-hour duration, before a long rest, so that they can just give the party plus 20 max hit points and Death Ward. But the main one that I wanted to show y'all, because this is another one that's been a ton of fun. Similar situation of like very specific set of skills that destroys the enemy in the right circumstances. So this is Pops. He's a grung, but basically removed some of the grung like more problematic racial features, just because I wanted to be a Murloc basically. But Murloc Barbarian, right? And let me just okay. He is in my favorite Barbarian subclass that there is. One, he's a Dex Barb, which is like, yes, Dex Barbs are wonderful. But two, he is the Ancestral Guardian Barbarian, which gives him this little feature right here. Right now, that's harder to read. Well, yeah. When raging, the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against you, and that when the target hits a creature other than you, that creature has a resistance to the damage dealt by the attack. Actually, I'm just going to move myself back over here. So, very good. It's like the anti-boss subclass, where it's like you're a sticky tank. Similar situation to Bladesinger, where it's like if the target makes attacks, you fucked up their whole day, right? And then you can also use a reaction to reduce the damage a target suffers within 30 feet when you're raging by 2d6. When they also have resistance to the damage, that is very nice. And it has been an absolute blast. There have been so many times where it's just, oh yeah, boss would like absolutely annihilate our squishy rogue, sniper, played by my brother. Nope. In fact, they miss every single time, and the one time that they do hit and would do 22 damage, oh hey, that's actually 11. Oh hey, and I rolled an 11 on the 2d6, so it does nothing. Like, it feels like such an underrated subclass. Like, I hardly see anyone ever play it, but it's so good. Like, it feels like the constant thing of like the game systems make the support options better, like way better, because most people don't want to actually play support. They themselves want to do the thing that feels awesome, like I heard that for Final Fantasy XIV, the ninja had a feature that like boosted the crit chance of the entire party, and it was like insanely good numbers wise, but because it didn't feel awesome for the ninja, people actually just wanted to do a little bit more damage, and so they literally did that and swapped it out for a feature that made them do a little bit more damage but less overall considering the buff, and people actually preferred that. But so then the thing that's crazy about this, right, you take this build, but then we also have a lore bard in the party who has cutting words, so they can reaction use a bardic inspiration to subtract from an attack roll when they already have disadvantage. And then we also have a blood hunter who has blood curse of the eyeless. Reaction, subtract hemocraft die from the attack roll. And then on top of that, I'm going into fighter. Specifically, I was working towards Battlemaster to pick up bait and switch, but instead I realized you can do that with fighting styles and defeat. But so I have it now with just the one use at a d6, but then I'll be able to use a d6 and then add it to someone else's AC. So all these kinds of things to just mitigate the shit out of bosses. And it has been an absolute blast. This is the other main subclass that I would say, if you have never tried them, try it. It is so, so good. It is so, like, not just good, like powerful, like it is, but it makes you feel like a god. Like, forget healing. The amount of healing you essentially give to the party by just being like, nah, you just don't suffer this damage. It's a blast. It is an absolute blast. But yeah. That's basically it. And then this was the Cud Mathers character I was telling you guys about yesterday. I mean, Paladin auras are amazing. They are amazing. Because I don't have a D&D Beyond subscription anymore because of the whole bullshit that Wizards of the Coast pulled, I had to go down to 6 characters, and previously my 6th character was a Paladin Barbarian Oathbreaker that got the whole Hexblade double charisma to damage kind of a deal with Polearm Master, and it was hilarious and so much fun. But I wanted to like think about making characters and stuff, so I deleted them and saved their file for, you know, to have an experiment thing that I could do. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then this is the other crazy thing. Eloquence Bard. Unsettling words. You can bonus action subtract a bardic inspiration die from someone's next save. Cool. But then on top of that, you take silvery barbs. So you can also make them free roll if they succeed. And so there was literally a point in the first session, or second session. First session was like more introduction, getting the story started kind of a deal, where we were suspicious that like, wait, did someone double cross us? And so it was awesome. Like we were leaving, and the paladin was like, I'm kind of sus of that person. I'm like, oh, okay, let me take care of this. And I just ran back by myself and just zone of truth with unsettling words, make them fail the save with silvery barbs if I needed to, but I didn't need to. And then command to make them answer my questions, right? Because, you know, in zone of truth, you can just choose not to speak. Yeah. So then command to force them to speak of, hey, what are you hiding, right? And so then they start spilling their guts, and then, oh, okay. And then suggestion, I suggest you spend the rest of the day helping the mayor with whatever he needs to like fix the problem that you caused. The mayor was in the room, by the way, when all this happened. So they literally got to see, like they literally confessed to how they like backstabbed the village and were working with the invaders in front of the mayor. And then my character just ran back out and they were like, yep, nope, don't worry. Problem solved. You know, it's all good. And the actual characters in the party have no idea what happened. The players were all like, just like, oh, that's so cool, you know. But the characters have no idea. Just ran back, you know, and just dealt with that. And that's it. But yeah. I love D&D. I love TTRPGs in general. They're just so much fun. How are you all doing? Today and yesterday have been a bit weird. But like, how's it been for you guys? Anything especially fun or crazy happening? Ooh, nice. What's the work? Nice. There's already memes about the whole booty ban. Hey, how'd it gone? Well, great to see ya. Felt weird realizing that I was going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV 2 days in a row. Like, on stream. Yesterday I was like, oh yeah, that was great, that was great. I'm going to be playing it tomorrow. Oh, cool. R&D lab job? Gotcha. That does indeed sound a bit troll. Man, fencing classes have been like a whole thing. Like, I'm just a software engineer for Redacted. Like, I'm a big guy, right? And it's such a precise thing that they like are teaching you to do that like there are so many times where it's like my entire body weight is just being supported on like the one leg, which isn't like a problem. I can do that, you know? I'm not that big. But it's like, no. If it ever gets to a point where your leg is feeling a little bit shaky or like you're not in absolute control of like how your body moves, then essentially you're doing it wrong and it's bad practice. Like you're not necessarily like fully doing it wrong, you know, but it's like, well, no, you kind of are. No, you are. And so it's this, I wouldn't think that just moving around in what seems like fairly simple ways would be such a good workout, but, you know, clearly it goes to show how out of shape I am. But like, yeah. Like you need to bend in certain ways and like just do all sorts of different things. And it's cool because I feel myself getting a lot better at it, right? Like there are things that you have to do and like you would not think that you'd actually be able to stand like that, even for a little bit. Like there's this thing where like you get in your stance and your stance is kind of wide, right? Where you'll be on like your back leg or something. But then you need to like tap your front foot twice, like bring it out of like off the ground and tap it twice in order to like signal to the people that you're dueling with of like, hey, you know, we're starting now or we're stopping now or whatever it is, right? And when you look at it, it looks like something where it's like, you shouldn't, that physically, that doesn't seem, how? Like that doesn't seem right. And yet it's like, oh, no, okay. No, that is a, yeah, that's just, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like my mind-body connection has never been particularly good, you know? And that's actively what's like needing to be worked on and practiced. And there's like, it's weird because I don't want to take breaks, but because my body will end up getting that, you know, tired to the point where I start to get that little bit sloppy, you know, I need to take breaks because if it's sloppy practice, it's not necessarily good practice. But it's so weird to think about because I'm used to like just push through it, just, if it's a workout, just keep working out, right? Just whatever. And that's like actively not what's good, I don't know. It's a whole thing. That is vindicating to hear, Harikan. Oh. I've got some tea prepped for today, so that way I can keep my energy up for the reactions and the stream. Because Tuesday is the biggest day of the week. This will be interesting. Hey, Androgynous. Welcome to stream. I think I need to take this sweater off. It's nice and comfy when I was, tired. Wait, no, I'm still tired. It was nice and comfy when the stream was just starting. But I need it now. Now it's getting a bit too hot. Did I say anything sus today? Androgynous. I always say things that are sus. You'll have to be much more specific. Oh my God. Holy shit. I have been looking okay. Back when I moved to the place I'm living in now, I got a set of 4 black water bottles for like shaker cup kind of deals, Over the course of time, I have either left them, lost them, or had them broken by other people. And now I only have one functioning one left. And I lost it. I didn't know where it was. Couldn't find it. And as a result of that, I went to fencing class with no water. That's not a good idea. I just found it. It was to the left of my computer, on my desk. And I just didn't see it because it's a black water bottle. And I also have black sound blankets hung up all around my office space. So I just didn't see it when it was right there the entire time. Oh, see ya, Harikan. I think the worst thing for me is precision-based work because I get jitters easily. Kind of sucks because that's like 50% of my job. Minutes left before I normally end the stream. Where's that part of me that wants to end it? Don't want to. I don't know what to do. We did some writing. Not as long as usual, but hey, more than yesterday. Talked about D&D stuff. That was fun. Oh. Wait, no, that's with homebrew stuff. Well, okay. So in Pathfinder, I discovered something that apparently the community has discovered a while ago, which is the rage cycling furious finish, where you maximize a vital strike to end your rage, but then you use a paladin or, other, like paladin blood rager, or something like that thing to use the mercy that gets rid of fatigue so that you can get rid of the negative effects of your rage immediately and then rage again, right? Which then you could use to furious finish every single turn, theoretically. As long as you have lay on hands. A buddy of mine that runs Pathfinder games and has been for a while, right? He's very good at DMing and has a lot of good homebrew stuff for his world. It's balanced well and things like that. Very passionate about sort of fixing the problems that Pathfinder has, right? One of the things that he did was he fixed the siege weapons in Pathfinder, because in Pathfinder it's absolutely dumb. The siege weapons don't even really do anything. Just getting a big axe would be better than most siege weapons out there, right? And when I was looking at it, I realized, wait a minute, you could use Furious Finish combo with his siege weapons because of how they work. So I was like, so theoretically, you could have like this little rail gun that you then Furious Finish with to double and maximize the dice of a siege weapon. Yeah. And the thing is, it's not the craziest damage you could get, but it's just like the idea of doing it at range, with precision. And it's like, oh shit, that could get crazy. Yeah. But channeling your rage into a trebuchet, exactly. But the craziest build that I came up with when I was looking at the rage cycling and stuff, you pull the trigger harder? No, it's like the orcs in Warhammer 40k. You paint the ammunition with like orange and red and yellow flames, and so naturally that makes it hit harder, because that's how it works, right? You paint it with a bunch of cool angry colors, and those are strong colors and stuff, and so then it explodes harder. But there was a thing that you could do, because using the divine fighting feats, where you take the Gorum fighting style with great swords that lets you vital strike on a charge if you're using a great sword, and then you go Order of the Claymore Cavalier, which lets you get spirited charge bonus on greatsword charges for triple damage, and then that's a vital strike, triple damage, spirited charge, all that goodness. And then you take Furious Finish, and then you dump everything into maximizing the size of your sword, and you can get, I think it was, because the vital strike doesn't get multiplied by spirited charge, but you can get the base damage for the sword up to 8d6, which then gets doubled to, well, you get another 8d6 from vital strike and all that stuff. And then the 8d6 itself gets tripled because of spirited charge. So that's 24d6. And then the modifier is also tripled, but then all of it is maximized. So you're dealing with 32d6 maximized on a charge with triple modifier for damage sustainably. And you can do this at like level 7 or something. Yeah. Oh yeah. With the modifier tripled, it's a proper 200 plus. Like, yeah. Yep. It's silly. It's silly. And let's be real, it's kind of dumb, but it's hilarious. How many resources are you expending? So, the way it works is you take a level of Titan Fighter to be able to use a two-handed weapon for a creature size category bigger. You get Perma Enlarge. You get a regular huge size greatsword. So it doesn't have the enlarge on the sword itself, right? Enchant that. Give it the impact feature, or take a level in ranger, or no, not a level. It'd need to be at least 4 levels. But gave it the impact feature, which increases the size again, so now it's a gargantuan sword, effectively. And then you take the growth, or the growing weapon property, which is a +1 property, so that's a +4 total weapon, with 3 of it being an enchantment. That makes it so that for 10 minutes you can increase the size category by 1, and that doesn't affect your ability to like wield it, you know? So then you're dealing damage with a gargantuan greatsword that is treated as if it's a colossal greatsword, and that ends up being 8d6 damage. And that takes most of your money, but you can do it. And then you take 3 levels of Paladin to get the cycling. You take 1 level of Blood Rager to get Rage. And that's 5 levels so far. So then you take a 2nd level of Fighter at that point, because that'll be your 6th level, which will be okay, wait, so it's actually it's level 8 for this build. It's level 8 to be able to do it sustainably. But that gives you Vital Strike and Furious Finish. And then you go into Cavalier, and once you hit level 2 of Cavalier, then you get friggin' Order the Claymore. And you do it like, that's not the exact order that you do it. Like, you'd probably take the Paladin levels later, so that you can get it to where you can do it at least once and be fatigued, and then worry about, so like, yeah, leave Paladin for later, take the 2 Cavalier levels earlier, but make sure you're taking Fighter 2 at level 6 to get Vital Strike and Furious Finish. Take Divine Weapon Fighting or whatever at some point along the way. And there you go. Yeah. And then Spirited Charge, because you do like a Gendarme archetype for Cavalier to get the bonus feat. And if you're a human, that would mean you'd be able to do it at level 1. Or you go Orc, Full-Blood Orc for the extra 2 strength, because you're going to be having big penalties to attack for using an oversized 2-handed weapon. But yeah. But basically, you'd just be using Lay on Hands to Rage Cycle, and then just charging. Yee. This is the kind of stuff that I think about sometimes when I'm lying awake at night, unable to sleep. But yeah. Think I need to. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So you can actually do it at level 6. You can do it at level 6. You can do it sustainably at level 8. And once you hit level 9, then you take Cavalier 3 to get Cavalier's Charge, so that you get an additional 2 to attack and don't get the -2 to AC. Because you need as much attack as you can get. And then level 10 would be Fighter 3 to get the Titan Fighter's penalty reduction for using giant weapons by 1 for that additional attack. But yeah. Now I need to change the title of the stream, because it's not quite accurate. It's not quite accurate anymore. Yeah, literally just using Lay on Hands to reset the process, exactly. Which apparently is a common thing in like the meta of like Pathfinder builds and stuff, where people would just use use Lay on Hands without mercy to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. I will catch you guys later. It's been a lot. The week's been crazy. The day's been fun, but I am tired. I will see you later today for some FF14. All right. Love you guys. Stay safe out there. But you know what to do most importantly. Stay horny.